Do you guys want to see something a little bit more gross than the fever blister I have currently making a home on my face? Blech. So this happened yesterday, and I had to document this because in my 15 years of being in and around bike shops, racing bicycles, I've never seen corrosion quite this bad, especially from sweat. That takes it to a whole nother level. So I promised you guys, I have been trying to figure out how to do a series or something on like bike shop stories, because you rack up a lot of stuff when you work in retail. And you guys, responded, really want to see something like that, but I'm trying to figure out how to do it in a entertaining way. So this one is, maybe dipping my toes into it just a little bit. Tell me what you guys think. It's just a small video. It is more of a PSA than anything, so feel free, tell me what you like. To the story. This guy comes in yesterday on Black Friday. We're super busy. Not that that has anything to do with him or why he brought his bike in, but he was carrying kind of the right half of it. And as he gets closer, I think my exact wordage is, that's a bad day. He was carrying his right drop from his handlebar in his hand. And he's like, dude, can you help me out with this? He tells me he's got to go back to school in a couple days. Nice guy. And so I'm like, sure, that's great. I have seen this happen a handful of times. I've seen bikes get close to this, but never quite this bad. Once I got it up in the stand, I started to take the bar tape off and stuff. It was the amount of corrosion from sweat, which I'll get to, was just gross. I had to get kitted up to actually work on the bike, because as soon as I started like taking the bar tape off, it was like freaking little napalm clouds of just old sweat coming up and hitting me in the, it started to hit me in the face. I ran away, put a mask on. I should have used like a bio suit. When you've worked in an industry for a certain amount of time, there's not many things that come up that surprise you. You've seen a lot of it before. So when something is brand spanking new, you kind of want to document it. And that's what I did. I got my phone out, I started recording it. So when I first started taking the bar tape off, I quickly realized the only thing holding the handlebars together was the bar tape and the cables and housing that are running to the shifters. Every time I touch a bicycle, I tend to, I have touch points. So I check the headset, I wiggle the crank back and forth, wiggle the wheels back and forth, because I want to make sure that the bike is safe. But he's in a hurry because he's got to go back to school in a couple days. So I'm really just trying to swap out the bars and make sure the bike is safe to ride. Nothing else is about to corrode and fall off. He told me though, he stood up while he was going uphill, like so many of us do, and you rock back and forth. When he rocked this direction, it just snapped right off. So I said, thank God you weren't going downhill. Could have been much, much worse. So anyway, started taking it off, realized it was way worse than I had ever seen. I got one side off. Of course, that was the easy side, the right side. Ugh.
Doing two blank labels in between every label.
It did that to me yesterday.
It just started doing it.
I just tried to blow it off my arm. Once I started trying to take the left side off, I actually had to chip away some of the corrosion, some of the sweat rock, I guess we can call it, because it actually just wouldn't come off. I threw the new bar on. I was freaking amazed that the bars were the only thing that were corroded. Now there was rust and corrosion on the fixing bolts and stuff on the SRAM shifters, but nothing that was, I honestly expected to not be able to get the shifters off. I thought I was gonna stick the 5 in there, turn it, and nothing was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna be terrible, but they turned. I was super surprised.
It was cold.
Sitting on this plate
Oh no.
had a
Yeah.
How'd that smell? Whenever I got it all back together, I basically took Tri-Flow and hit all the points on it that needed to be touched with a little bit of lubrication to maybe slow and mitigate some of that corrosion. Corrosion, and this is the PSA point of this video, please, please, please change your bar tape. Everyone sweats different. I change my bar tape about once a year. I'm not a super hardcore sweater. My sweat's not extremely corrosive. Some people's sweat seems to be able to touch something and it's like the acid out of an alien and just burns right through the thing. I'm not that way. I change my bar tape once a year. If you don't do that, if you don't wash your bike, if you never change your bar tape, when you go to, you'll have caked up, gunky, nasty, dried up sweat and corrosion. It basically looks like battery acid corrosion, but it's your dried up sweat and nastiness under that bar tape. That will be caked on there and it will eat through your handlebars. Unless you have carbon handlebars, then you're okay. So yes, I checked over the rest of the bike. There were some points of concern to where I told him to keep an eye on these things, but nothing was terrible. But that was the worst corrosion I had ever seen on a bike. So guys, please, the story of the week is change your bar tape. And this was by far the worst corrosion I have ever seen from sweat. That was what made it kind of gross. That was disgusting. So yes, I know it's a short video, but to me, if I find something, one thing I said I really wanted to do with this channel, if I find something super, super interesting and it's bicycle related, because this channel is all things bicycle related, I wanted to put it out there. So something as simple as this, if it's like, holy crap, guys, look at this repair. I want to start kind of doing that, and I want to figure out how to make this bike shop stories thing a thing. Corrosion's bad. Change your bar tape. Love you all. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.